Hello and welcome. So today I wanted to share with you the unboxing of the Simon Says card kit of the month for the month of February. I know I had mentioned before, but since I'd been working on the limited edition card kit, I kind of put this one to the side. But I didn't want to, pass up the opportunity before, Valentine's or before the end of the month to open it. So here I am just going to be showing you what the contents of the kit are, which maybe most of you have already seen them, but if you haven't, here they are. And I'm not sure, I actually should have checked before doing this video to make sure that the kit is still available. However, if the kit is not available anymore, you can still purchase each one of the items individually, and I will leave a link below. So you always get your little inspiration sheet that has the information of what the card kit includes, along with some inspiration for you of what you can create. It includes this We Are Memory Keeper So Easy trim that is in 3 different shades of colors. It includes a full size of embossing powder from Simon Says, and this is the clear embossing powder. And then also it includes the Simon Says stamp unicorn dust, and this is a glitter that is very super fine and beautiful, very shimmery. So I think this is a good addition to it. I'm not a big glitter fan, but I'll find a way to use it that hopefully is not too messy, right? But this is the little content, and it's a full size jar. You also get a few of the envelopes, so you get this very pretty shimmery pearl color. You get a silver one, and you also get a pink one. And I love these ones because they have this very super shimmery sheen to it. You also get some of these pattern papers that are super beautiful. I love all the florals, and like I said, the stamps, it kind of reminds me of like a vintage look. So these pattern papers are just perfect for that. And I believe they're from Authentique, and it's called Romance. These are all 6x6 double-sided, and these patterns are just so beautiful. Now with some of these, I can already see it is going to be very hard to choose which ones I'm going to use and which ones I'm not. I always have a hard time when I get double-sided pattern paper. Like this one, for example. You have all these really cute images on one side, but then you also have them on the other side. And which ones do you sacrifice? Hard to tell, right? Anyway, so you get those 8 double-sided sheets, and then you also get a full size of a background stamp. This is called the Rose Lattice background, and it is all these little beautiful roses that are just gorgeous. I know that Simon has another one that is from another card kit from August, I believe, and which I haven't used, but it is also roses, though it's not a lattice like. You also include 3 pre-scored note cards or card bases from the Simon Says paper, black paper. So you get 3 of those, and this is a pretty heavy cardstock. I'm thinking it's about 110 or 100 pound, but it is pretty sturdy and good for card bases. It's already pre-scored for you, so you can go ahead and get to creating cards. Now the stamp set that you get is a large stamp, which is a 6x8, and it has all these gorgeous images and beautiful handwritten sentiments. And this is called Love Always. And I just like I was saying, all these images and roses kind of make me think of vintage. It also has this little musical trim at the bottom, and then so you also get full sheets of paper of 8.5 by 11 of the Nina. You get this pink one from Simon Says, and they're all 100 pounds actually, and it's called Doll Pink. Cotton Candy, which is that very light pink. And then you get this ivory one. So that pretty much is everything that is included in the card kit. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and let's get... Hello guys, so I wanted to share with you the cards that I created, and I apologize, but I did not film the, as I was making each one, because I did them all in different little times of, that I got. So I wanted to just get to creating, but I will show you all the cards that I created using this card kit. I did post a video of this card that I made, featuring, Simon Says stamp for my card, for my Valentine series. So this is a card that I posted for that. So I am not including it here. So that, this is just like an extra one. But if you haven't seen the video, this is a card that I made, and I will go ahead and leave a link if you like, but you can go ahead and check it out. This is the one, and then so these are the other cards that I created. So I made this one using one, just a tag. I stamped the sentiment here. Just try to create them all clean and simple cards, so that you didn't have to do a lot of work. But I did layer some of the pattern papers here, and this is a leftover that I had from one of my other cards. So I just cut some of the floral to have it peeking through, and then the inside I cut this banner from my stash, and then put a little banner here so that way I could link it together. So that's one card. Now for the next one that I was talking about is this one. I wanted to create a very simple, black and white, and using the silver, some of those silver embossing powder that I, had mentioned on my previous video that I stamped. I thought that, just the embossing powder without any color looked pretty cool. So I added some glitter ribbon here, and I cut out this doily from one of the dies that I have. And I just stamped the sentiment here. Our love story is my favorite. And then the inside, I did the same thing just to finish it off. I'm just using a white piece of cardstock, and I stamped this rose here. So this one is the second generation stamping because I didn't want it to be too dark. So that's why I only did that. But that gives you plenty of space to write your sentiment. And I thought this was a very, very super clean and simple card to make. So you can see this is where that belongs, but I thought it would be nice to kind of add a little bit of the lace looking to it. And then another one of the cards I made is this one. So with this one, I actually had die cut the pattern paper on one side, and I ended up choosing or deciding to use the other one. That's kind of one of the problems that I come across when I have double-sided pattern paper. It's really hard to choose which one you are going to end up using. So in this case, I was thinking to use this one, but then I thought that it was going to be too much, so I used this one instead. But anyway, here I used one of those images that I watercolored, and I cut out a heart from vellum to kind of layer it a little bit and give it a little bit of a muted look. But you can see that it's there. I stamped punched some of these little hearts, and I just put them there. I used some of the twine that was included, or the thread that was included with the card kit, to wrap it around. And I also used a punch that I have that punches little like tickets. So I just hit emboss here the sentiment that says "I love you more each day," and I used the clear embossing powder, and I sprinkled a little bit of that glitter unicorn dust, I believe it's called. Yes, unicorn dust. I sprinkled a little bit while it was still a little bit hot, so you can see that some of it, I don't know if the light is catching it, but some of it is still cut into, so it looks very pretty. And I actually do have an embossing powder that has glitter like this, but I wanted to use the ones that were included in the kit, so I used those two. And I also stamped some of the hearts from the stamp onto this other ticket to kind of, make a look. I used my little tiny attacher to put a little staple there, and then some foam tape behind it, so that way it can give a little bit of dimension. And for the inside, I did the same thing. I just second generation stamped the rose to kind of give it a little bit of a ghost look, and I stamped a couple of more I glued a couple more little tickets here to finish it off. But that's the third card. Now for my fourth one, and this is not particularly the order in which I made them, but this is the order in which I'm presenting them. So this other card, this is the one that I made that ivory color that looked very pretty with the lattice. So it looks like distress, and I thought that it looked very pretty. I used some of this ribbon from our ribbon lace like from my stash, and I use one of the little birdies that I had color. I decided to stamp the little heart dotted stamp and used gold embossing powder to kind of give it a little bit of an extra interest on the bottom. And then for the inside, I did the same thing, but I did that ghost stamping with the Versamark ink along with some little hearts, so that way your card is finished. And that's another one. And then for my last card, so for this one, I actually only made it 5, including this other one. It would be a total of 6, but I've only made 5 cards this time. For this one, I die cut this and made this shaker element. Put different iridescent, white iridescent elements in there, like little sequins, glitter, and stuff that they're all around the same color. And for my little birdie, I just, you know, popped it in there with foam tape. Put this in here, and then same thing, I just put a little strip of the same pattern paper that I used to kind of tie it in together. Very clean and simple. So these are all the cards that I created. I hope that you guys enjoyed. But, you know, even after making all these cards, I've already got 6 cards, and I still have quite a few of supplies, you know, left to use. So I have, you know, most of these are still pretty much full sheets of paper that I could use to make cards. These ones, you know, do have a little bit that was cut off. There's a couple that are new. This one, I still have to try to decide which ones I'm going to use, because I really like this one, for example. But then over here, you know, this one, this is crazy little thing called love. I would have to be, when you cut this one, you'd be cutting this two out. So it's like, it's a little hard to choose which ones I'm going to be using. So this one's going to take me a little bit of time. I don't know if that happens to you guys too, but here is another one. I have half a sheet of this bubblegum pink. I have almost a full sheet of the ivory. I didn't use my Nina because I wanted to use this one to color images using like my alcohol markers, or maybe try with pencil. And I don't have a lot of like a package of Nina paper, so I'm kind of stocking on this one, just kind of been saving them. And then I have half a sheet of this pink one. But anyway, this is the cards that I created. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you know, I'll try to, on the next one, do the 10 cards, 1 kit. But, you know, right now I'm just trying to finish as much as I can because Valentine's is already this week, you know, just a few days away. And I want to move on to the next thing. So thank you for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. And until next time. Bye.